Kakarot!
BROLY is a really strong character, as a lot of people know. He has some of the best zoning / space control, as well as some of the strongest mix-ups and comeback potential in Dragon Ball FighterZ. First up, let's talk about some of his buttons. I think his best buttons: 5L, 2H, 5H, 5S. I think those are his strongest tools, just normally, and I'm gonna talk about those for a couple minutes. 5L, this tool is really great at beginning engagements in neutral. It's really strong versus Super Dash from a stationary point, as well as when he's traveling. So he's really able to enter the opponent's space really easy, whereas a lot of characters, because they have these small 5Ls, oh, maybe bad example, but they have these smaller 5Ls, so they have to take more risks in neutral. This being 7 frames and fast, really good. You can start a lot of different offense just from whiffing it, because that second hit of auto combo is also a disjointed hitbox. So if you ever do whip this and the opponent's still standing there, they get hit trying to escape or trying to punish, this comes up really well. 2H, also another button I wanted to chat about for a bit. A lot of good Y-axis range, so top to bottom, not the best horizontally, but it also, along with BROLY's other normals, medium and heavy, comes with armor. So there are plenty of situations, you know, of a Vegito coming up and doing a JS to you, or someone trying to mix you up with Ki Blast like so, that end up being really strong tools because he has this extra armor. It also armors through Ki Blast as well. So this is really a really good tool if used in the right scenario. Another place where this is really good is in the corner. In Oki, post-Oki setup, you'll see a lot is people coming up and doing 2H on someone's wake up. And this is really important because it's able to cover text. But since BROLY is a command grab character, he can set up a lot of mix-up scenarios while covering a tech, and the preceding mix-up will usually be able to finish off the character in a 2 or 3 touch situation. Really strong stuff. Also, talked a bit about 2H. 5H, the other armored heavy normal that he has. This is a really good normal as well. Not only just offensively, but also defensively. If you're ever playing someone and they're really trying to rush you down, you can kind of just say stop with this normal. I use it a lot in my gameplay because it's something that I can count on to be a kind of a risky tool, but also not, because people have to really overextend or look out for it in neutral, especially when you have assist. It's also very good to end strings with. Now BROLY's 5S always hits on block when people are crouching. So ending in this presents that mind game of command grab versus Ki Blast reset. And I think that is really strong for a character like BROLY. Medium buttons also important. They definitely are, but they hold a bit less importance to me in the neutral game. 2M is a pretty good button. It goes far. It's a low. It's safe on block. You always like safe on block lows. 5M also pretty good range on it. Unsafe on block, but you can also set up a lot of command grab scenarios because it puts you right next to the opponent, and I think that's really powerful. Now for the thing that makes BROLY really crazy. 5S. This is one of the best neutral control tools in the game. No matter where the opponent is, BROLY is able to affect them on the screen. Not only that, it is also 23 frames. Most Ki Blasts, and you'll see from Goku here, 27 frame startup. BROLY's 22 frame startup. This is incredible. Really, really, really strong. And it makes it so in a lot of scenarios where the zoner / grappler would struggle in neutral, BROLY is beating out some of the other zoners in the game. This is really, really, really incredible, and it's a hallmark of this character. Using this tool, and when using it in conjunction with assists, you can create a lot of scenarios where BROLY starts dominating. 5S, definitely one of his most important tools. JS, also really strong. Something that gets, I don't want to say overlooked, but I feel like it does, gets overlooked a lot, is that this tool, whenever this button is blocked, you can cancel into his air grab, presenting a scenario kind of like that of SSJ Vegeta. If someone super dashes this, you can cancel into DP very easily, just like BROLY. The difference with BROLY's, it's a bit slower, so you want to really connect it before. You have to be more aware. This is being blocked. You can block, but you can also cancel. And I think these things are really, really, really powerful. And again, a hallmark of this character's amazing buttons. Let's talk about neutral for a bit. It's always a great segue going from 5S because it's such an important part. Again, you can always affect people with this button. Hallmark of his neutral, really, really, really important facet of the character. Anytime you use it with assist, you're getting in. Also, and something that I don't often talk about much with this character, is the importance of Lariat in neutral. This move right here can virtually end all engagements. Goes through things, and honestly, for being such a high commit move, because you can vanish it on block, it makes for a pretty good offensive and neutral ending tool. Anytime something is, I like to say, a bit too much for you, throwing out a neutral Lariat combined with assist, very, very strong, because BROLY can make it plus. Armored move, super armored move that you can only throw a super, and you can make it plus. Very, 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 very powerful tool, and another hallmark of his neutral. DBFZ is also a game that is predominantly, or for some characters, can be predominantly played in the air. A character like BROLY, who can immediately command grab you and lead into big damage, is really, really, really powerful. This command grab right here in the neutral has a lot of minimal recovery. The recovery is very minimal for this. It's not very easy to get a punish on this. So at all times, you have to be aware of BROLY's 5S, his armored normals coming in and out of pressure, as well as if you decide to jump, him having an incredible fast anti-air command grab. Really, really, really powerful. One last thing that I think is super important to note about BROLY is the importance of his 236S. If your opponent's looking out for it, there is a bit of counterplay. Using level 3s, level 1s, but if you're able to establish the 5S game, notice BROLY can't pressure you without an assist. If he has an assist, he can run in after, but without that, it's very hard. This move, however, leaves BROLY a lot more plus than his average Ki Blast. It also goes through Super Dash, so it's a fantastic tool for BROLY to, I like to call, pad his way in. Amazing neutral tool. Amazing neutral tool on an even more amazing character. The last thing that I think is incredibly important, and I almost forgot it. Broly's Powered Shell. Powered Shell, recently buffed this patch, by the way. Powered Shell has the ability, similar to the movies, to completely ignore projectiles. In a recent patch, it has also been moved to ignoring all assists, even physical assists. And I'll show that here with Vegeta. This is an incredible tool, and it's what makes Broly the monster that he is as an anchor. Despite you having 3 characters to his 1, Z Broly is able to make the game a pseudo 1v1 because he takes out your assist. On top of that, while your assists aren't in play and he has Powered Shell up, Z Broly has a pretty good matchup versus most characters in the game 1v1. So with you not being able, or us, because it can happen to me too, not being able to use assists, you are locked in with a character with a better matchup spread 1v1 than most. And I think Powered Shell is a contender for one of the best special moves in the entire game. Those are my thoughts on Broly's neutral. Let's talk about Z Broly's block strings for a little bit. Block string wise, Z Broly has some of the best frame data for a grappler I've seen in a game in a very long time. 2L, auto combo, 5L, all -2. Very, very strong for restarting pressure in a game with staggers. So I really like ending on those whenever I have Broly by himself without assists. 2M also good, only -5, so safe, and spaces him in a place where he can begin pressure right in the opponent's face really, really, really quick. Sometimes ending in 5H is okay too. You can go into a racer blow, you're in position for a command grab. All of that's really strong, but personally, I really like, as of this season, ending in 5S. What it does is really interesting. It puts Z Broly at a place to where he can command grab you, but you can't attack him with your light normal. Notice Goku's 5L whiffing there. That is really, really, really important and really strong for a game like Dragon Ball FighterZ, where you should be looking for people to end there or at least not mix you up. In this case, you have to choose something other than mash to get out of that setup. Really, really, really powerful. One more thing, I like ending in 2M a lot because when you use it in conjunction with assist, Z Broly can very, very, very easily set up mix-up scenarios from places where he's not supposed to, technically. Another important string, anytime you're doing 5S, you have an assist that allows you to come up and 5L them. 5S plus assist, really important. You can do JS as well. These things really, really strong. Eraser blow plus assist, anything where Broly's going to be massively plus that also can be done from long range is going to be a block string starter for you. All right, now let's take a look at some of Z Broly's most important combos, in my opinion. First up, Z Broly's most important combo to me would definitely be his re-jump. Without implementing this, it can be very, very hard to garner good damage from his on-the-ground confirms. It's a hallmark of the character and one of the most important parts to him filling out the middle and anchor positions on your team. You need to know the re-jump combo. This is just the combo without the assist at the end. From mid-screen to corner, you can actually get slide knockdown, powered shell into a meaty. This is really, really, really strong and one of the best combo enders you can have in a game like Dragon Ball FighterZ. Now we have his corner combo. And this is just a basic way that the routing would go. Also really important to know, finally, We got a basic confirm. Basic confirm from Ki Blast using Vanish to go into assist, get corner, and have slide knockdown. Now let's talk about assists. BROLY A is a horizontal traveling beam that is a bit slow, but also involved to Ki Blast as soon as the beam is on screen. This is really, really important for neutral because when fighting certain characters whose main game plan is to throw Ki Blast at you, you want to get your assist out and you don't want them to be able to snipe it. BROLY, having the style he has, allows, and it makes it so it's very difficult to snipe him and the assist can get through. Once this assist is called, you can move in behind it and your opponent has to respect the horizontal space. Really, really, really powerful assists. It also, in a recent change, was giving a block stun adjustment. Now, if it just hits you, or excuse me, if it is just blocked, it is always 30 frames. This is really amazing for Super Dash assist scenarios. It's really, really great for characters like Zamos and characters that need higher block stun, so 30 or more, 40 or more, for them to do some of their more niche things that they weren't able to do with his old 22 frame assist. BROLY B, Machine Shot, is a Vegeta A-esque assist. It has use. It's not bad. It's not seeing as much play as his A assist though, because if you're using that assist, a lot of people feel like Vegeta's A does it a bit better, or that it's a bit more poor version. I personally think that for combos, BROLY B is quite exceptional. Setting up lots of different able to DR places, I like to call it, that you wouldn't be able to do in other forms or using other style assists such as his A that is a pop-up. This being more of a Vegeta A consecutive energy blast style assist, really, really good for combos. BROLY C assist, in my opinion, is one of the better assists in the game. Not only does it have super armor, but like other C assists, it will combo you from anywhere. It has really good horizontal tracking and will appear where you are on the X-axis more times than not. You must jump this to avoid this. You cannot interact with it because of the armor. Really, really, really strong assist for what it does. BROLY is one of the few characters I've ever seen in a fighting game excel at both space control as well as be a terrifying threat up close. He's an incredible character that can fit on pretty much any team because of the dexterity of his assists combined with the sheer power that he has as a point. I think that if you're looking to pick up a character in Dragon Ball FighterZ and BROLY isn't on your list, you're messing up. Definitely one of the strongest characters I've seen. From his incredible command grab, neutral control, ability to ignore assist, as well as overall threat level, BROLY is a character who has very many strengths and very little weaknesses. One weakness I do feel like it's important to note is his standing jab. With it being 7 frames, he will lose out on 6M scenarios versus other members of the cast. With that being said, you can still reflect and use other defensive tools to get out of dodge when you're placed in that position. The other thing that is a weakness for BROLY is his mediums. BROLY's mediums do not prorate like the normal. Notice, when Vegeta hits me, the damage proration is a lot less forgiving than when Broly hits with the medium. This is really, really important and is a balancer to Broly's mediums and heavies having tremendous armor when it comes out. Just like so. I think that this is a suitable weakness for a character like Broly because you don't want him doing super massive damage with these crazy normals and this incredible neutral.